Coach, some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On second down, here's Murray. Left side here, caught by Clay. 12 yards there and a first down. Nice pass that time by the number 1 pick, Kyler Murray. Also drafted 9th in the Major League Baseball draft. He's the only person ever to be taken top 10 in both sports. Go back to his Allen High School days in Texas. He was 42-0 as a starting quarterback. Freshman year, he was at Texas A&M, then the transfer to Oklahoma, sat behind Baker Mayfield. Then his opportunity came last year. Boy, did he make the most of it. Won the Heisman Trophy and led the Sooners to the college football playoff. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro, looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
It's 3rd and 10.
Ready. Ain't no such thing. We take a win home.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. This complete to the tight end, Clay. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. This from 44 yards out, left hash. The kick by Tavecchio is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Ryan. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Hassan Reddick Coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now it's Peterson. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. David Johnson on his way. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And there is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against? Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys...
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Bryant's extra point up and good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Murray now. Screen play. Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Here's Murray. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
But you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player? Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Here we go. Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Ryan. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice pickup there, 18 yards. First down, Falcons.
First down, Atlanta.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And the judge does a nice job there of navigating and picking up some yardage. Remember, no Tevin Coleman in the backfield, so he's moved up in the pecking order, getting a lot of playing time for these Atlanta Falcons.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
From his own end zone now, it's Murray. In trouble, and the ball's out. And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Come on now, let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. the 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Austin Hooper, 84 yards, and the Falcons have taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, the ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw is Murray. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Another try after the 1st down sack. Murray. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a gain of 35. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
At the 17-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Second down, Murray sets to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. Now the ball comes loose, and the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. On the return is Peterson. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Check 9, check 9. Watch the safety creep.
Murray now on 1st down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This will be fielded at the 8. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Ready,
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Ryan. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it.
Let's go!
First and 10 at the Falcons' 41-yard line.
Ready? Here we go. 49, check 49, check 49.
They'll start by running the option to the right. A first down carry here for Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Throwing on second down. Murray. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vic Beasley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, third and long.
Check 13. Check 4, check 4. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check the hot read.
Throwing on third and long. Murray. That's Isabella open on the right side. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's calling on him.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Greystone travel.
They run it again with Chubb. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike. Ready. You ready? Wait. Three down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Before this season started, Johnson said this new offensive system would allow him to really be effective in the passing game. He actually likened it to 2016 when he had almost 900 receiving yards. He said one of his goals is to become the third player in league history to hit 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in the same season. They also noted that he's really comfortable in this scheme. It's like his college days at Northern Iowa when he was part of a team that based out of a shotgun with a running quarterback. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun on third down, Murray. And able to find Kirk complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with a flag. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Throwing again, Murray. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Murray now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10 on the ground. This is Johnson, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 13-yard line.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Murray now, 3rd and goal. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. They'll come out in the pistol. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Clay, the intended receiver.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Boy, a tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
50
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yes, you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you...
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Nick Chubb, 78 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right?
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A gain of 15 yards. That's good for a Cardinals first down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Murray from midfield. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Murray gets this one to Isabella. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I know it was a completion, but probably not the best decision to throw the ball to the middle of the field here. No timeouts. Give a ton of credit to him making the catch and finding a way to get to the sideline and get out of bounds.
And he's got some space here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They're going on fourth down. It's Ryan. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Murray to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Fitzgerald. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. And again, he'll give it to Fitzgerald. 23 yards, the final tally. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This will be taken very short.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward.
It got his man complete. past the 20, 10, and he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime, they've just likely won this thing in regulation. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. They find some open field here. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.